Well, good morning. Today is the 19th, Tuesday, I think, right? I don't even know what day of the week it is. And Denny is driving me to the trailhead. I did not get to the doctor yesterday. Just the state of insurance and the cost of healthcare. I'm not going to get on that tirade, but I do have insurance. I have been responsible and make sure my family's covered, but we're a very healthy family. We don't have, disease or illness or prescriptions or, these chronic things that warrant visits to the doctor all the time. Basically, I go for a well visit once a year, and except for last year with all those injuries, I really don't visit the doctor. So we opted for a plan that has a low monthly payment but a high deductible, and it's biting me right now, and it is what it is. I'm not complaining, I'm just stating a fact. So I'm in North Carolina right now, and my insurance only covers Tennessee, and even at that, even if I went over the border and went to Tennessee and found a specialist, I have to pay out of pocket until I reach my $8,000 deductible. So I went to Dr. YouTube, and all the suggestions and comments from my followers, my subscribers, and I so appreciate all of you weighing in. It did start to get overwhelming, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but there was just so much information coming at me. But I want you to know I read every one of your comments and took every one of you seriously. Those who said to stretch and not to stretch, and roll your muscles out and don't roll your muscles out, and hike, don't hike. I could take all the information offered, but ultimately it's my decision, and that's the way it is. So I did this. Today. It was on Tuesday afternoon 2 weeks ago that, after about a week and a half of walking in pain, that's when I said, this is enough, I need to step off and reevaluate. So I hiked through it for a week and a half and then stopped. Quitting my attempt at a through hike has never been an option, not even for a second. But I do know my own body, and I do know the level of pain and discomfort that I can handle. So I chose to step off trail and learn as much as I could about the knee and the dynamics of the knee and what might be my problem. So that's what I've been doing. I'm just laughing because I see a little Maya there looking in the background. Isn't she cute? So I've been taking turmeric, and I've been taking ibuprofen limited amounts. I did load up on it this morning because I'm on the way for a hike. But I've been stretching, and I've been rolling, and I've been I even got those 2 massages. And in this 2 weeks time, I've taken 2 test hikes to see how my knee fares. So we're on our way now for another one. Sun's in my eyes. So where am I going now? To Stecoah. Oh, so hiking wise, I've covered Springer through the knock. What would I do without her? What's my name? Who am I? Okay. AOL. Obnoxious older lady. AOL. Oh, awesome older lady. Anyway, so hiking wise, I'm at the NOC. So if I was going to go in order, which is what most people do, I would go to the NOC today and hike up to Sassafras and down past Stecoah Balls, how you pronounce it, to Stecoah Gap. But because I've been resting and I'm just not as prepared, I'm gonna just skip that just for a day or so. I'm gonna start at Stecoah today, go up Jacob's Ladder, because the ups are fine. That's fine. My lungs were actually catching up with me, and I was feeling strong when my knee said meh. So Stecoah to the Yellow Brick Road, what's it called? Yellow Creek Gap or something like that. It's like 8 miles. That's what I'm doing today, looking at the elevation on the on the AWOL guide. It looks like something I can handle. That will be a good test for me. And then if that works out well, then I'll do that Yellow Creek Gap to Fontana tomorrow. And if all is well, then I'll go back to the NOC. So I'm just skipping the NOC to Stecoah just for a couple days to see how I do with my knee, because that's a longer section without an out at the top, and I think it's pretty steep. So, but I will do that and then enter the Smokies. So that's my goal. I have a new brace that I'll show you when I get onto the trail. So I'll just catch up with you once I'm out of the car. Today is installment of Don't Be That Guy. Don't be the guy that's behind me that has a radio. It's an actual radio with an antenna. But he's got the volume on so loud that I can hear his music from here. Yeah, maybe I don't want to listen to music. Maybe I was just lost in my own thoughts. And now I'm being bombarded by what he wants to listen to. So don't be that guy. Put earphones in, for God's sakes. I've got a staircase going straight up, but then the trail takes a 45-degree turn to the right. So without thinking, a lot of times I would hike left, right, and I'd step here, but the trail is turning to the right, so I may turn my body like this and start walking, and my knees are not facing forward, and that could torque this knee. So I'm trying to be, as I said, I use the word intentional, so that now I see that the trail is going to turn, so I'll step, and then I'm turning my body all together, hips, shoulders, and knees, before I turn, as much as possible. I'm not going to be, I'm not going to do it right all the time. So yeah, that's what I'm aiming to do. I find that going up, it hurts less to go with the good leg, but I don't want to just do that all the time, because then I'm going to end up problems with my right leg. So I'm trying to lean on my poles. So what I'm trying to figure out now is, when I step, do I want my trekking poles down here with me to push myself up? I think that's what works best. Or am I putting them here and leaning on them? Nah, that doesn't work. I keep them down here and kind of push myself up with them. So anyway, it's a work in process. Okay, I hope it doesn't make me a bad person, that I get a little bit of joy out of what just happened. So when Denny dropped me off at the trailhead, there were a couple of hikers there, and one of them was just bragging on himself. He wasn't being humble when he was talking about how he thru-hiked last year. I forget what length of time, but you know, and he was just talking about how he skis, and I don't know, he was just letting us know he's got this. So this time he's just, you know, out for a good time. Last time was the hike, this time's just for a good time. So keep in mind, we're 150 miles in at this point. Now, I'm breathing heavy, but I've also been off the trail, with the exception of 2 days. I've been off the trail for 2 weeks. But anyway, up he comes behind me. I stopped just to film that little stairway thing. So up he comes with his music, and he's huffing and he's puffing and his face is bright red. He says, "Is this Jacob's ladder?" And I said, "Oh, well, probably." And he's like, "Oh, you know," and he was huffing. He stopped. He stood there for well over 5 minutes, and he was still breathing heavy when we stopped talking. Through hiker my foot. If he's still that overexerted at this point, at 150 miles, and where we are now, if this is Jacob's ladder, I gotta look at the gut hooks and see exactly where I am, but I think this is it. We've only just begun it, so I know I'm not gonna go to heaven because I got a little bit of joy out of that. I've just arrived at Brown Shelter. I'm really bad at this whole where am I thing. I would check gut hooks, but I just turned the camera on, so whatever. I just stopped at, I'll say Brown Gap Shelter, but I'll correct if I'm wrong. With what I thought was a tuna pack, but it's chicken, whatever. Okay, so what do I want to say while I'm taking my quick lunch break? One, my knee seems to be okay, but I've only just started the downhill section, or one of the downhill sections. It doesn't seem that today's terrain is actually going to be very challenging downhill-wise anyway. It was mostly Jacob's ladder up and then kind of meandering a little bit and gradually down. I could be surprised, because sometimes you look at the elevation on gut hooks and it's not so accurate, but anyway, so far so good. I have both a compression sleeve and another brace. Let me show you. So This is actually underneath my leggings is a neoprene, I guess, compression sleeve. And I had a choice between small/medium or large extra large. So I tried them both on in Walgreens, and it seems that this one might be a little too tight, but the other one was way too big to do anything. So I was afraid it would cut off circulation, but it seems okay so far. In addition to that, and I might be making a mistake by doubling up, but this strap here is just, it's just this. It's just one strap, and I bought it on Amazon because it's something that Neemor recommended, Neemor. I'll put his link below. He thru-hiked, I don't know, a couple of years ago, and he had some IT band issues and knee problems, and he recommended this little strap, and you just put it above the knee, and it has like a little tube in there to put pressure on the IT band. So what the heck, I'm taking a lot of people's opinions and suggestions and trying pretty much everything except amputation. So when I say I think I may have made a mistake by putting both on, because if my knee does feel good, which is it attributed to? So whatever, that will be the least of my problems. So it's a beautiful day. Today's hike is going well so far, and I'll let you know. So far so good. As far as my knee, there's been a decent amount of downhill, and I'm feeling okay. So I'm gonna hold on to that and keep walking with both hands on my trekking poles. I really haven't taken much footage today because I've been having I've been choosing to focus on my steps and using my poles and all that. I figure there's plenty of views ahead, but this is just beautiful, and I want to bring to attention that river straight ahead. So we're going to zoom in. In a few days when I'm up into the Smokies and up at Shuckstack Tower, just after Fontana Dam, if I'm brave enough to climb that tower again, I did it last year, but that looks like an eagle. You can't really tell now, but when I get to the Smokies and climb Shuckstack, I'll show you what I mean. But it's a beautiful, clear day, and I'm very happy to be out. All right, I'm limiting my video today, but it doesn't mean I have to miss everything, right? This is the trail right now, and it's just beautiful. I can imagine it in another month or two when it's green. I honestly can't think of a better day. It's sunny. I don't actually have my thermometer here. I was going to say I don't know what the temperature is. Hang on. 40 degrees out. And that is perfect for me. And it's sunny. Actually, when I'm hiking, I'm getting a little bit too warm, but that's okay. It's actually just fine. So far the day is still going well. I've gone 4.6 miles and I have 3.1 to go. It's a good day. This stuff is so fun. Can I tell you, I just really love the rocks. This is the stone. Someone just called it the stone staircase. Yeah, I love this. Love it, love it, love it. I can see the road and a vehicle parked at the trailhead. It's probably Denny, although I hear a man's voice, so that doesn't make sense. So I'm 0.1 from the end of my hike today, and I think you can see me smiling. I'm fine. My knee feels great. Like really. So I will talk more. I have a lot of thoughts about today, but look at me. I'm breaking my rule. I was walking and recording. Nope. I'll update you when I am no longer hiking.